Hey everyone, Parallel here, and welcome to Star Trek Online. I hope everyone's had a chance to dive into the Agents of Yesterday expansion. It has been out for a week now, and one of the major features in this expansion is an event that's going on right now, which is the Temporal Agent event. And what I thought I'd do in this video is take a look at all the rewards you can earn as a Temporal Agent, and see if it's actually worth it to go through all the effort of creating a new character. But before we dive into that, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who watched my Let's Play of the new Agents of Yesterday story arc. I really enjoyed making those videos, and I do appreciate everyone who left a comment. It really shows how great the Star Trek Online community is. There was a lot of great comments and a lot of good feedback, so thank you very much for that. As you can see here, I'm actually on my Temporal Agent, Remora. You can probably tell that being a Temporal Agent hasn't been so kind to her. She's gone through a little bit of difficulty. She had a very difficult mission that put her in some hot water in the Mirror Universe, and she ended up losing her left eye, which was quite unfortunate, and actually much to the chagrin of Agent Cray. She actually tried going back in time to alter the outcome of that mission, and that almost made things worse. It led to some really bad temporal effects, and almost really cost her commission as a Temporal Agent. But fortunately, she was able to correct it and get back to get the timeline back to normal. But she was not able to restore her left eye, so she's basically resigned to the fact that it's pretty much her destiny. She had to give up half of the light of the world. And I'll give anyone an internet cookie who gets that reference. But, and actually I've also ran into this Breen over here. He seems to be following me around ever since I rescued him from the Mirror Universe. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure what to do with that guy, but he seems honor-bound to join my crew at this point. Alright, so enough of that. Let's actually get into the meat of the video here. Now, really quickly, if you want to create a Temporal Agent, what you have to do is, it's actually very simple. All you have to do is create a new 23rd century character, but you have to do it within the time period of the event. And let me pull up here just to make sure. Yeah, so now through August 24th, you have to create a 23rd century character, and they will be automatically flagged as a Temporal Agent. You can actually once that character is flagged as a Temporal Agent, that is permanent. Even though the event stops on August 24th, that just means you have to create the character before August 24th. You don't actually have to complete all of the Temporal Agent missions and objectives before then. As soon as your character is a Temporal Agent, you created it, it will be a Temporal Agent forever. And you'll have all the time in the world to complete the objectives. You just have to make sure to create the character before the August 24th deadline. And very quickly, once you complete the Agents of Yesterday story arc and get back to the 25th century, you will be given a Temporal Transponder, which is this item right here in the inventory. And this item is basically how you get all of your Temporal Agent rewards. So if we double click on that item, and you can actually bring up a little panel here that'll go through all the different rewards you can get as a Temporal Agent, and what you need to do in order to unlock them. There's quite a few different things you can see here. So yeah, so what I want to do is just go through all of these in detail here, and let's see what it takes to unlock them and what you actually get, and see if it's worth it. Alright, so first one's pretty easy here. You get a reward for every 10 levels as you level up. You can see that I've got my Temporal Agent here is up to level 56. And I do recommend you unlock these as you go. Each one of these rewards will give you basically mark appropriate level gear to help you along. It will actually, you get to make a choice. It'll give you a box, and you can choose what type of gear you can get. You can either get space weapons, space equipment, which is actually like your space set. You can also get space consoles, which is also very good because it does give you some tactical consoles, which are hard to get while leveling. That's the one that I chose. And then you can also get some ground equipment. And you can actually see here, I never actually claimed the one that I earned for being level 50. So I thought I'd go ahead and let's claim this now. You can kind of get an idea of how it works. So once it's blinking here, that means you've earned it. You just have to select it, and you go down here and say claim. It will actually take the box and throw it into your inventory. And you can see, wow, this one actually gives you something different. So okay, so level 51 isn't just gear. It actually gives you, wow, 250 of each reputation mark. 10,000 reputation only dill. Okay. 500,000 energy credits, 500,000 expertise, and 2 temporal agent upgrades. I haven't gotten any of those yet. Wow, I thought this was just going to be another box that gave you some consoles and gear like all the other ones. Yeah, so all the ones, the 10, 20, 30, and 40 just give you some mark-appropriate consoles or space equipment or ground equipment. This level 51, this is a really good box. So right away, just getting to level 50, your character is already getting off to a very nice start. I didn't realize it gave you 250 of each mark. I've actually already started grinding marks. I definitely recommend that you do start grinding your reputations on your temporal agent as soon as you can, because there are some rewards there, which we'll get to in a second. But let's go ahead and open it, this box. This package will give you, okay, so yep, let me just open it. Man, look at that. So 10,000 reputation dill. Yep, 500,000 energy credit, a lot of expertise, and then 250 of every mark. Wow. Now talk about cutting down your grinding time. That is pretty sweet. And yeah, so we'll go through that a little bit more because there are reputation rewards. We'll go through that in a minute. But I do want to take a look at, what's this, title? Oh yeah, cool, you get a temporal agent title. Nice, nice. And then you also get a temporal agent tech upgrade. That's what I'm interested in here. Let's take a look at these temporal agent tech upgrades. 110,000 technology points. That is a lot. No quality improvement, no dill cost. So these are more if you just want to increase the mark level. This is not something you're going to want to use for trying to upgrade your quality to epic. This is more if you just want to get a lot of just upgrades to, like, from Mark 12 to Mark 14. But yeah, 110,000 technology points is a lot. That's a pretty cool reward. So that'll help, definitely help new players if you're give you a couple. You get 2 of them here, so that you can upgrade 2 items quite substantially in mark level. All right, let's go back to the rewards here. So that's what you get for the level up. The next thing down here is working on your specializations. This also starts to unlock at level 51 when you get your first specialization point. You can see here I've only unlocked the first one. Yeah, let's go to my... I'm definitely going with the temporal operative spec on this character. Most of my other alts are all, you know, the standard intel/pilot meta. And for this character, I want to try something different, so I will definitely be going down the temporal operative, which makes sense because she is a temporal agent, so that all works. And in fact, this first item, this first ability here you get in the temporal tree, Entropic Rider, this is a fantastic ability. I've seen some higher level parses on this, and it really is an amazing DPS. It gives like a dot ability to like all of your weapons, and it is fantastic. Scales quite well. So that's my first point where I spent. I've actually got, I'm up to level 56 now, so I actually have 4 points here I could spend, which actually I might do to see if unlock this next one here. But let's see what we get here for just spending 1 point. So basically, getting to level 51 and spending 1 point, you can get this first reward here. So spend 1. Okay, so you can spend it in any area. What do we get? Temporal Agent Tier 1 Specialization Reward. Yeah, you spent 1 point. Activating this item will grant you a large experience bonus pool and 1 special Temporal Agent tech upgrade. Okay, so another tech upgrade and some XP pool. Not bad. Helpful for leveling a little bit faster. I'm going to go ahead and claim it. And yeah, sometimes there seems to be a lag when claiming this when claiming an item, I don't know if it's just taking a while for the database to deliver the item or what's going on, but there is sometimes a lag. Sometimes it's really fast, but who knows. While I'm waiting for that to be claimed, let's take a look at the higher tier ones here. The same thing, looks like when you spend 5 points, you get another bonus experience pool and another tech upgrade. Oh, so it just gave me it automatically. It didn't give me a box. Okay, so wait a second. This is a different kind of tech upgrade. What's this? So these ones are an ultra rare one. And this one gave me something different, a universal tech upgrade. This one only gives 1,500 tech points. This is actually reminds me more of like the Romulan. So here's like a standard superior tech upgrade, gives you 12,800. This one gives you 15,000, so it's a little better. And it looks like it also does give you a quality improvement chance, which is nice. It doesn't say like this one. It doesn't say no quality improvement chance. Okay, so there's actually two kinds of temporal agent upgrades. That's pretty weird. There's this ultra rare one and then the regular one. So the regular one you get from the specialization rewards. So at 15 spec points, tier 3 spec reward, we're getting 3 temporal agent tech upgrades. Okay, so you get 3 more tech upgrades. Now here's another one. So this one is complete 1 primary spec, which is 30, I want to say, 5, 10, 15. Yeah, it's 30 points. So once you spend 30 points and complete a primary spec, you can get this, which is 3. Okay, so 3 more tech upgrades, which was same as this one, wasn't it? So you spend 15, you get 3 tech upgrades. Okay, then when you complete a tree, you get another 3 tech upgrades. And when you get to tier 5, spending 30 specialization points in 3 specializations. Wow, that is a lot of grinding right there. Yeah, that is a lot. That's a lot of grinding. Even my main characters, I've just about gotten to. That's about where my main characters are. My old main is having 3 spec trees maxed out. That's going to take a long time. So let's see what we get here for the reward, though. Additionally, unlocking the improved version of any of the following starship traits by spending. Okay, so yeah, like if you spend 30 points in pilot, you'll get the improved pedal to the metal. And reward you with an upgraded superior version of that trait. So you can get a superior pedal to the metal. Wow. Command frequency, predictive algorithms, that's the Intel one. And then nonlinear progression, that's the Intel one. Or, I mean, sorry, the temporal one. I wonder how good the superior version of the trait is. That's pretty tempting. I wonder if that's account-wide, too. If you receive this new temporal agent, activating it will grant you 3 temporal upgrades. Additionally, unlocking... That one, I gotta think... I really hope this is account-wide. Because I know some of these rewards are account-wide. This one doesn't explicitly say it, so I'm not sure. But if that is account-wide, that is fantastic. I really want to check out if it... Because I do use pedal to the metal on my beam score builds. That would be fantastic to have a superior version of the trait instead of just improved. Wow. Okay, so that is a big reward. That's, of course, a lot of grinding, but that is a big reward. No denying that. Okay, so that's what you get for spec point grinding. Next one is R&D. Which, there's only 2 rewards here. One if you get up to level 5 in any R&D school, which I have not gone up to level 5. I've gone up to level 1. Oops, wrong tab here. Let me bring up my duty officers. Yeah, as I said in my last tip video, you do want to start working on your R&D research right away. Start ranking up your schools. I definitely recommend science to be one of your main schools to level up because of the amazing trait you can get, which is not visible right now. but or actually it does. I don't think it actually shows here. But the trait you get is the one that gives you the particle, makes your crit and crit damage scale with particle gen for exotic abilities. I'm blanking on the name of the trait, but definitely one of the best traits. The beam one is also pretty good, so I'm working on those two schools initially. But yeah, the beam one is also a pretty decent personal trait you can get. It's a stacking 2% bonus to all beam weapon damage. I think it stacks 3 times. So those are good traits you can work on. But you also, in addition, while you're leveling up those schools, which you should be doing anyway, you will be getting these rewards. So for level 1, getting 1 school to level 1 in your R&D schools will grant... what does this grant? Will grant you a random selection of 5 R&D specialist duty officers plus the rare Aegis R&D specialist. This is a very, very good reward. It's those Aegis officers are pretty expensive, but once you have that duty officer, it will allow you to craft the Aegis set, which is a space set. And you can see I'm actually using it here because I crafted it on my Delta recruit, which also got the Aegis stuff. But this is a really good starting space set. And that's why I transferred it over here to my Temporal Agent. But you can see here are the 3 pieces. You get a deflector, an impulse engines, and your Aegis covariant shield array. This one I got really lucky on and got an ultra rare craft. I must have crit. And there it is. And the 3-piece set bonus on these is actually pretty decent too. It's like a let me see if I can get info. It's energy feedback conductor. It's a nice sort of defensive. It's kind of like a poor man's feedback pulse, but it also gives you some nice defense from this major bonus to energy damage resistance, and reduces damage to shields. And when you get hit, it gives you a bonus to energy damage. I guess it doesn't actually reflect it back. I guess it just gives you a bonus energy damage. So it's not really like feedback pulse. But it also says it scales with particle gen. So it's a good ability. And this one here is, I'm not actually sure how this works, but it gives you negates all damage for 1.1 seconds every 30 seconds. Basically, it allows you to ignore one attack pretty much every 30 seconds. Kind of cool. It's a good space set until you can afford to build a actual reputation set. It is a very good starting set. And in order to craft those 3 pieces, you need that rare Aegis Doff. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and claim this right now. Oh, I already did claim this one. Okay. Yep. Yeah, I already did claim that one. That's right. So yep. So I will be able to craft rare Aegis Doff, rare Aegis gear. All right. So let's take a look at if you get up to tier 5 in any R&D school. Oh wait, didn't it also give something else here? No, I guess not. Is it this one that gives it? Of what am I thinking of? Yeah, okay. So this one gives you pretty cool ability. It gives you a choice of setting any of your R&D schools instantly to level 10. So you can set your science school right to level 10 right away, or you may choose not, or you can choose not a school in which, you can't choose a school that's already level 10, but if all of your R&D levels are currently level 10, you'll be instead offered a large crafting XP bonus pool. I thought you could choose. I'm trying to think back to the Delta recruit, but I thought you could choose if you wanted to boost one school to level 10 or just have a large crafting XP bonus pool, which gives you bonus for all, bonus XP as you're leveling up all your schools. I'm pretty sure that just taking the boost to level 10 is the better choice in that case, because going from 5 to 10 does save you a fair amount of grinding. And like I said, I'd probably recommend to do it in the science school to get you, what's the name? I think it's Particle Manipulator, I want to say, is the name of the trait that you get for the science school. That's probably hands down the best trait you can get out of the R&D schools. All right. Okay, so the next one is playing through the episodes. Now, this one, to earn these rewards, you actually have to complete the entire episode. You can't just go through. You can't just go through just one or two. You can't just complete the last episode. You have to complete the entire story arc in order to get that reward. So, in fact, I'm on this character. I've only completed Klingon War and Wasteland so far. I did skip quite a few missions here because I had to go through to the Breen invasion in order to get the Breen officer in time before the episode replay event ended. And I also skipped through also to the Cardassian arc to get the Shard of Possibilities. Yep. So I did have to skip through some missions. I will go back and do those to get the rest of these rewards, but you do have to complete the entire arc to get these. So we'll take a look at them here. For the first one, you get 500 fleet marks, cool, and 5,000 dill, pretty good. For the next story arc, you get 100 fleet marks, 1,000 dill, and 500,000 energy credits. That's really good. See, these are really good for new players. 500,000 energy credits is a lot for new players, and that's very helpful. The next one here is the Romulan Mystery. That's the same. The next one after that is Cardassian. That's the same. So it looks like most of these are you get 100 fleet marks, 1,000 dill, and 500,000 energy credits. Yep. How about these higher Delta Quadrant ones? Okay, so this one gives 500 fleet marks and 5,000 dill. For Future Proof, that's back to the old one. Yesterday's War, same. Okay, so then you have two more here. These are kind of meta achievements here. So this one for completing half of the story arcs, and then one for completing all of them. And this gives you the improved critical. Okay, so yeah, so the first one you get the regular critical systems starship trait. Oh, it's a starship trait, not a personal trait. That's cool. And then for the second one, you get the improved critical systems. Okay, so improved. Let's see what the improved one gives you here. Your ability to manipulate emergency power to your systems increases the overall damage output of your ship. Increase the chance of critical hit and damage it will inflict. After opening, you'll need to move. Oh, it doesn't tell me what the trait is. Well, that's a bummer. But emergency power. So what I'm thinking is when you do an emergency power ability, like emergency power to shields or weapons, it will give you increased crit chance, and it sounds even like crit damage because it says also the damage it will inflict. That's could be really, really, really good. And I know for the Delta Recruit, the trait was definitely account-wide, so I'm pretty sure in saying this trait will be account-wide once you unlock it. So definitely worth it going through all of the episodes, which I recommend doing anyway, especially these later episodes like Yesterday's War, or actually Yesterday's War, that's the new one, but like the Future Proof and the Delta Quadrant. Those have, some of those episodes have really good rewards. They have good space sets, and good, just all kinds of good rewards, good little unique rewards that will help you along. So I recommend doing those anyway. So far, looking really good. I guess at the end here, I'll go back and just do a quick summary of what I think are kind of the standout rewards. But let's keep going here. Next one is to grind your Admiralties. And that's right, once you get your character up to 52, you'll be able to start working on your Admiralty, which you can see here I've already started working on. I've got the Fed and Romulan campaigns up to rank 3 so far. I have not started on the Klingon one. I'm not looking. The Klingon one's good if you want dill, but at this point I think the Federation's the best one for getting XP and also for spec points. So I'd recommend on a new character focus on the Federation one because you'll give you, if you complete the tour of duty missions, like right here's the, oh wait, that's a Klingon one. It didn't refresh, but yeah, I've already done one of the tour duties, but if you complete all 10, it gives you 2 spec points. And I'm thinking for this character right now, spec points are much more valuable than dilithium. Plus, I've already got a ton of dilithium on my alt. So, and also Romulan reputation gives you the spec or tech upgrade, sorry, which is also useful. So I'm kind of focusing on those 2 for now. But if you want more dill, go for the Klingons. But that's what you get. That's the Admiralty system is what you get at level 52, and you can start working on that. And the rewards are absolutely worth it. I've actually gone from level 52 to level 56. I've only done like 2 missions, and I've gotten all these levels mostly from the Admiralty system. It is just an excellent excellent system with great rewards. So you're going to want to grind that anyway. But let's see what the rewards you get here from the Temporal Agent. So I've already earned this one, and for this one you just have to get level 1 in any of the campaigns, which you get really quickly. Honestly, complete a couple missions and you'll get that. So what does this give you? It gives you activating this item will grant you 10 random one-time use Admiralty ships and 5 Admiralty assignment pass tokens. Ah, cool. So you get this is cool. I'm gonna open this. Let's go ahead and claim this. Oh, it just gave it to me right away. So check this out. You got Advanced Heavy Cruiser. I got a Harold Quas temporary. I got a Presidio Vaadwaur Manasa. Nice, nice. And did I see a Cheshire in there? But yeah, if you're familiar with the Admiralty system, you do get like these one-time use ships. These ones that have a little 1x next to them. It means you could just use them for one mission and then they're consumed. So it's not like a permanent part of your roster. But got some nice stuff in there. Temporal Dreadnought, Vaadwaur Manasa, so the good stuff. So that's pretty cool. Nice little reward there. Plus you get the pass tokens, those are good. So you get for a level 5 in an Admiralty campaign, I'm betting probably the same thing. Yep, same thing. Level 10 in an Admiralty. You get pass tokens and some dilithium. Okay, so they throw in some more dilithium in addition. This one is the same. So you have to get level 10 in 2, and then level 10 in all 3 of the campaigns. Oh, this is different. Okay, so you get the 10 Admiralty pass tokens, you get some one-time use ships, you get some dilithium, but you also get a permanent 20% additional campaign experience and skill points from all Admiralty assignments from now on. That is pretty good. So that's a 20% permanent bonus to your skill points, and I'm pretty sure they mean experience for that. So that will help you grind out more spec points, basically. Even once you're capped at level 60, you should still be grinding Admiralty and getting all the rewards, and they still give good experience, and it's still a good way to earn spec points. So very good. And that's another one that makes me wonder if this is account-wide. So that's the Admiralty ones. Let's see what we get for... Okay, so here's the Reputation ones. And I know the last one of this one is really good, but let's just go through the rest of them here. So yeah, once you get level 50, you unlock your Reputations here, right? So you go to your Reputation tab. I've already started working on all of them. If you have alt characters that have already maxed out the Reputation, make sure you do... There is a project you can do on that character who has a rank 5 in that Reputation. They can create a token, and you can send that to your alt, and then that alt will get double the Reputation rewards for, you know, for doing the Reputation projects. And so for all of these other, for all of the original 8 Reputations, I've already done that and transferred over this character. So you'll see that for each of the daily missions, you get 5,000 Reputation points instead of the normal 2,500. But unfortunately for Temporal, it's still 2,500 because I don't, of course, no one's maxed out in Temporal yet. There hasn't been out long enough. So there you go. So you definitely want to start grinding your Reputation right away. And here are the rewards you can get. Did I claim this one? I guess I didn't claim that one yet. I'll go ahead and claim that, and we'll take a look at it in a second here. But basically what it gives is a choice of 200 marks. It gives you 10,000 Reputation Project Lithium vouchers, okay, and 75,000, okay. So basically it just gives you some more bonus marks. Next one up, 400 bonus marks, a little more dill and energy credits. 600 marks, more dill and energy credits. If you get, is this 5? Okay, so if you get 5 tier 5s, 800 marks and more dill and energy credits. And if you max out all 9 of your Reputations, you will get 1,000 marks of your choice, 20,000 dill, 750,000 energy credits, and check this out. This is really cool. If you read this top part here, it says, oh, wait a minute. You have received this reward for reaching level 5, and it says in any 9 reputations. Well, there's only 9 reputations, so that was confusing me for a second there. So you have to reach level 5 in all 9 reputations as a temporal agent, and upon accepting this reward, all future reputation equipment projects will be granted as Mark 13 Ultra Rare instead of, right now, Mark 12 Very Rare. So that is both a quality improvement and a mark improvement. That will save a ton of tech upgrades. You do not understand how good this reward is. This is amazing. And again, I want to say this is account-wide. I really should verify that if these are account-wide. But this reward is absolutely amazing. It's mind-boggling. It means, like, for example, when you go in here and you create, say you get your Iconian rep, and you create your, I don't have much of anything I can show here, but once you create your Iconian space set, it means your warp core will be at ultra rare right away, which means it will start with amp. That's fantastic. I mean, and a lot of the reputations, like Terran reputation, I think also at ultra rare gets amp on their warp core. That's fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic. It means you get that extra, the extra modifier on all of your space gear that you craft from the reputation right off the bat. And they're all Mark 13 as well. The Mark 13 is not the big thing to me. The quality improvement is the big thing. Like, for example, also the Iconian resistance, like on the, I think it's the deflector array, you get Psi CDR, so Psi Science Ability Cooldown from that, just for having it be ultra rare instead of very rare. It's fantastic. This right here is such a huge benefit. I mean, yes, it's a lot of it's a lot of grinding to get your reputations up, right? But as you saw from some of the previous rewards, there's a lot of bonus marks you can get right off the bat. So it's not as much grinding as you think. It's still going to take time. I mean, you still got to do the daily rep projects, but this, even just going through the rest of the Temporal Agent activities, will give you a lot of marks to start off with. So it's actually not as much grinding as it seems like, and it gives you this, this amazing Tier 5 reward. So yeah, I did claim this one. Let's see what the choice of marks is like here. Oh, interesting. You have to choose between these two. I didn't realize that. That was not very clear. So you either have to choose... You receive one of the following. Okay. So you either have to choose choice of marks or 10,000 reputation, project dill, and energy credits. That's a tough choice. That is actually a tough choice. I'm going to go with the marks just to reduce grind, because to me 10,000 dill is not a huge deal, because I've got plenty of dill on my alts, and the 75,000 credits is also not a huge deal for me. So I'm going to go for the marks. But I didn't realize you had to choose one or the other. All right, so you can pick your marks. And since like I said, I don't have the reputation project that doubles your the experience you get in your temporal reputation, because the temporal reputation has not been out long enough. So I'm going to need mostly temporal marks, so I'll go ahead and take those. So that is a huge reward. All right. And I'm looking back. Sorry, I wanted to confirm a few things, but I'm looking back at the original post from Cryptic on the Temporal Agent event. Yes, the rewards are account-wide. So like the past one for the that increases your which one was it? This one? No. Yeah, it was this one, the one that gives you the superior version of the traits. That's account-wide. This trait is account-wide, and also this one for the reputation is account-wide. So all of your characters will be able to get Mark 13 Ultra Rares for their account for the reputation projects. And the next one here is, let's keep going on to the duty officers. So this one is just going through and completing regular duty officer missions, which is, again, something you should be doing anyway. If you watched my last tips video, I gave some tips on how to actually earn some good money on the side while you're completing duty officer missions. But also, likewise, you just want to complete just the regular various missions you can do. I don't know why. Yeah, just complete them all. Each one has different school that it is part of, and you can go here to your overview and you can see what all of your different schools are. I would focus mostly on diplomatic, because you're going to want to get your diplomatic officer once you get to rank 4. You're going to want to get your diplomatic officer, and I'd recommend getting an engineer Nausicaan if you do that, which is actually good for Federation characters. For science, you want to get these all up eventually anyway. These take quite a while to grind, but you will get some additional rewards for doing so on the side. So let's take a look at these. So if you just have to get one area up to rank 1, and you will get 15 common temporal investigator duty officers. Temporal investigators. Is that a new kind of duty officer? And okay, so the next one you get uncommon temporal investigators. For the next one, you will get 5 rare temporal investigators. For the next one, you have to get 4 categories up to rank 4. And that will give you 5 very rares. And if you get 6 up to rank 4, you'll grant you a gold temporal investigator duty officer. A gold duty officer. I don't think there's ever been a gold duty officer, is there? Has there ever been epic duty officers? That's pretty cool. I wonder what the hell he gives. But yeah, that would be pretty cool. Gold duty officer, right? Maybe has like a really high crit chance or something. Who knows? But yeah, let me go ahead and claim this first one here, because I'm curious what these temporal. Ooh, they just gave me. Okay, so they just gave me a ton of these. Let's go here to my personnel. Oh no, let's go to my, sorry, not that. What am I thinking? Let's go here to my, someone in my overflow bag, didn't they? God dang it. Yeah, I didn't have 10 slots open, but let's go here and look at my roster. Let's go to recently recruited. They should all be here. These just look like regular. Yeah, Vorin. These just look like regular. Am I missing something here? Is there something unique? It's just a gravimetric science. Having some will increase the strength of repel and photonic shock wave. I'm not sure. I thought these would be like a new type of duty officer, but so it says uncommon temporal investigator duty officers. The traits, maybe the traits are better. They're all abound. You can see they're all bound right away. I don't know here, guys. I'm not sure what is different about these. I'm really unsure. So, I mean, maybe not the best reward in the world. It is nice once you get to these higher ones. Getting like just, even if you get like 5 rare or 5 very rare duty officers, that's always a good reward. Duty officers are quite expensive. And the gold one, that one really has me curious, because it's probably some really cool, some really cool duty officer that may have some unique ability. All right, so that's what you get for duty officers. The next one is what you get for joining a fleet. This is just like a one-time reward. So all you have to do is join a fleet and then get to level 30 and you'll get this. And the reward is 50 fleet marks and 5,000 fleet-only dill, which you can throw into a fleet project to help out your fleet. I'll go ahead and claim it. Which it looks like it just gives it to you right away. Kind of a meh reward, but you know, joining a fleet is also very easy to do, so it's easy to get. Okay, and then this last section here is the temporal probes. This is the actual unique thing you will do as you're leveling as a temporal agent. Just going through the normal episodes, you will run into these temporal probes on the mission, and for each mission you find the temporal probe, you will unlock one of these rewards. So this one you get from diplomatic orders, this one you get from hide and seek. So for each of these missions you will unlock a reward. You can see there are a lot of them, and you can see I've earned a little over half. And it's a pretty nice reward. Each one of these gives you a little, I believe it's, let's scroll down here. Let me just click on like one of them here. Basically your choice of marks, and it gives you 25. So basically each one of these, you find one of these temporal probes, just think of it as giving you 25 marks of your choice, which is pretty good. I mean, there's a lot of them here. You can see I've already claimed several of them to help start out my reputation projects. So it is good for that. One thing to note is these last two at the bottom here are a little different. This one here is actually after you find half of the temporal probes, you unlock this one. And after you find all of them, you will unlock this one. And what these are, this is actually a personal trait, not a ship trait. But it'll give you a personal trait where basically it reduces the cooldown on your fleet ability. So if you're a tactical character, it'll reduce the cooldown on tactical fleet. I actually did equip it here. It's called Rapid Support. And so you start out with the basic one. Once you unlock all of the temporal probes, you will get the improved version of the trait. And here's what it gives you. It reduces the recharge time on your career-specific tactical fleet ability by 33%. It's not bad. I mean, tactical fleet's good. And it's reducing the cooldown on it is a handy thing. You know, there are other better traits out there, but it's not half bad. I'm betting the improved one, I'll bet you, bet anything it's a 50% reduction, which is pretty solid. I mean, more tactical fleets during a mission, you know, why not? Especially since they made the recent change where when someone activates their tactical fleet, it will disable yours so you don't accidentally overwrite theirs. Makes it much easier to stagger your tactical fleets on pickup groups, which you know, increases the value of tactical fleet and likewise increases the value of this reward for having it up more often. All right, so that is the end. And as far as locating the temporal probes, I can give a couple tips here real quick. One tip is learn this command right here called target temporal probe. When you're in a mission and you're looking for, you'll see the temporal probe objective come up here, you know, in your missions. It'll come up here on the right. As soon as you see that, just start spamming, just start spamming looking for this command right here, this slash command, target temporal probe. Just keep spamming that. And when as soon as you get within range of the temporal probe, it will target it automatically, and it'll put it up, you know, put the target up here in your target area, and you'll be able to see the range to it, and it'll really help you find it if you're having any problems. I would say there were a couple temporal probes I had a real hard time finding, like on large maps, and they spawn in semi-random locations. There's like 2 or 3 locations where it can be on the map, and they can be hard to find. So yeah, use this command /target temporal probe. It does help. And just one other tip is if you see that objective come up, so if you see the temporal probe objective come up, make sure you don't do a map transfer until you found the probe. Make sure you find the probe first before you transfer maps, because if you transfer maps and you haven't found the probe, you're pretty much screwed. There's probably no way to get back to that part of the mission to be able to find it. So yeah, so just make sure to find the probe before you do a map transfer on the mission. All right, so that is pretty much it as far as rewards, and that is a lot. I mean, it took a long time just to go through all of them, and there are some really true gems here. This level 50 reward, starting out with 250 of every mark, that is fantastic. That really helps on the grind, and just leveling to level 50 doesn't take that long in Star Trek Online. Does not take that long to get to level 50. And that's really, really worth doing. The specialization one, this one in particular, for completing 3 maxed out specialization trees and getting the superior version of the traits, that is amazing. Again, some of these traits are really good. Like, I use pedal to the metal all the time on my beam score builds. Having an even better version of that would be fantastic. Other standout ones here. This one, I need to see the numbers on this trait, but it is account wide, and it sounds really good because emergency to power to weapons is a pretty staple ability on almost any build, and if that triggers an improved crit hit and crit damage buff, that's amazing. I mean, why not take it? The only bad thing I could see here is if it's just a very small amount, that's not worth it. But still, very good starship trait. It looks to be anyway. The other standout ones for the Admiralty system, it's okay. An additional 20% campaign XP will help you grind a little bit better. Not huge, but still good. This was the other big one. This one is the other true gem you can get. Having all of your reputation projects start out at Mark 13 Ultra Rare saves you a massive amount of tech upgrades and dill. And it's account wide, so very, very good. The Gold Duty Officer could be good. It really depends on what his ability is, which I don't know offhand. And then this trait here it's a pretty good personal trait. This reduced cooldown on your career-specific fleet ability. Pretty good trait. I mean, if you don't have any other better traits, that's certainly worth a slot. Until you can afford some of the better lockbox traits, you might as well slot that. But all right, so it looks like that is it, everyone. That is all of the rewards for the being a temporal agent. There is a lot there. So let me say, on the positive side, some of those rewards are absolutely amazing. Really, really true gems. And really, the best thing is it unlocks for your whole account, which means that all your future characters will be able to enjoy them. So, in my opinion, but let me just say this though, there is the downside of some of these rewards take a lot of grinding. Getting 3 spec trees up to max is going to take a lot of grinding. Even though the reward is fantastic, it is going to take a lot of grinding. And I will say, for the most part, to get those top rewards, they all do require a fair amount of grinding. So if you want those top rewards for your whole account, you're going to have to really play your temporal agent character a lot to get to that point. So that's the tricky part. I would say it's very much worth it to create it, just to pick up a lot of those easier to get rewards. And if you are at all interested, if you're new to the game and this is going to be your main character, then by all means, you're all set. You'll want to play this character primarily anyway, and if you're going to focus on this character, you'll eventually get those really high-end rewards. It'll be very worth it. So overall, I guess my verdict is, I would say definitely worth creating a temporal agent. Just how far you take it will be up to you. Do you really want to go through the grinding out 3 spec trees? Because that is a lot of playing of this character. So that, in my opinion, it's worth. But I have a lot of alts, and for me, that anything that's unlocked that's account wide has a lot of value to me. That really makes the Delta Recruit was also very worth it for me. So, from my opinion, I'd say definitely worth creating a temporal agent. And here's the thing: even if you don't play the temporal agent, just make sure to create it. As long as you create the temporal, the 23rd century character before August 24th, you will be you'll be all set, and then you'll have, you can later decide if you want to actually go through all of the grinding, but just make sure you create the temporal agent. If you have a free character slot, just create the temporal agent now during the event, and then you can have all the time in the world to decide if later you want to actually grind them out and get all those very nice rewards. All right, guys, so that is my conclusion. I am going to just show one more thing here that I remembered as I was about to conclude here. Make sure you visit on your temporal agent. Make sure you visit Temporal Agent Cray, and make sure if you previously had participated in the Delta recruitment event, make sure to come to Cray and pick up all of your Delta rewards that were account-wide. Because if you claim all of your Delta rewards on top of all the rewards you're getting as a temporal agent, you get a ton of marks. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to have to do any grinding at all. I mean, but between all these marks and all the marks from the temporal agent rewards, I should have almost enough marks just to get all my schools to level 5 without, with very, very minimal grinding, with the exception of maybe the new temporal reputation, because that one's so new. That will take longer to grind, but it's very good. See, I actually haven't gotten the trait yet. I should have gotten that, but that's the trait you get from the Delta recruit. And you also get your photonic engineering officer candidate. I believe he's an engineer. Oh yeah, engineering, of course. Duh. So yeah, he is an engineer. He's pretty good ground officer, good ground abilities there. So yeah, make sure to claim all of your Delta rewards on your temporal agent, and then once you have your temporal agent rewards, I mean, basically, if you've unlocked all of the temporal agent and all the Delta agent rewards, if you ever create a new character again, you're going to have so many reputation marks, it's going to be insane. You almost never have to grind reputations again, which is fantastic. All right, guys, so that is it. I would say in conclusion, temporal agent is very, very worth it. But the only downside is that some of those top rewards do require a lot of grinding, which means you'll have to focus a lot on the character. And let's face it, guys, I have a lot of alts already. And even though I do plan to spend some time on this character, to me, if I've actually putting in this much time into a character, it's almost a new main. I mean, if I'm going to grind out 3 specs, 3 specializations to maximum, that is, this character is basically going to become one of my new mains, which is a little unfortunate. I may have to, right now I have 4 kind of characters that I consider my mains, one of each career, and then I also have a Romulan. So that's kind of how I've decided my mains, and do I want to create a whole new main? It's a tough decision for me, but these rewards are definitely very tantalizing, and it makes me want to put in the extra effort. So that is my conclusion, guys. So I would say, at the very minimum, create your temporal agent, just so you have it in reserve if you ever do decide to level later. And if you want to go all the way, I'd say it is worth it. The account unlocks are so good that it is pretty worth it to create a temporal agent. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I'd be interested to see if you think it's worth creating a temporal agent. I certainly do, so I'll be interested to see what everyone's opinion is. All right, but that is all for now. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.